Right now, seasonable temps to start the work week. We'll break it all down. Plus, the menorah lighting took place at Hilldale tonight, what the celebration stands for. And legislators hope to make it easier for DACA recipients to work and stay in Wisconsin. That's all coming up at 10. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jalen Banks. Well, it was a brisk Sunday across southern Wisconsin, and it looks like those seasonable temps will be here for some time. With just how cold these temps will be here, let's head outside to the weather patio with a look at your first warn forecast with meteorologist Alex Harrington. Alex, how is it outside?
It's cold, and it feels shockingly cold in a way, Jalen. Enter the purple glasses because our temperatures are so much colder than where we have been. When you're in the 40s and the 50s, and then all of a sudden you're in the 30s, and actually right now we're only in the low to mid 20s out there. It just feels we're getting acclimated again to where we should be for this time of year in December. 24 in Madison, 26 in Middleton, 27. There's a warm spot in Verona. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, we have temperatures as cold as 23 in Camp Douglas and as warm as 30 in Janesville. And the clouds that are hung around today, they held our temperatures down for highs. They will help hold our low temperatures up just a smidge overnight tonight, and we will be tracking the exit of those clouds coming up. When you add a little wind out there, we've had some wind gusts of 24 miles per hour in Madison, 29 in Lone Rock. It doesn't feel like the 20s out there right now. It feels more like the teens. It feels like 18 in Madison. Even though it's 30 in Janesville, it feels like 24, but it feels as cold as 17 in Camp Douglas. Well, what do we got ahead for us here as we go into your Monday morning? Let's do a little scratch off here, see what our forecast. We're going to win anything here. We're going to win some sunshine at least, with temperatures getting up to 36 by the time we get into the afternoon, early evening hours on your Monday, and then we'll cool on down to 26 as we go on into your Monday night. We'd love to see more photos like this. Platteville, if it sneak a little bit of sunshine tomorrow, send us some more of those sunny photos, Kay, from Platteville there. And thanks so much, Bill. Madison, if we can get some of the clouds to clear, we could be looking at some sunset pictures as we go on into your Monday night. Easy way to do that, channel3000.com/weather. We'll do this again tonight. Get your tablet, get your laptop, get your phone out if you're still joining us for Maine weather. Hope you will, because we're going to track the departure of the clouds. We're going to be looking 3 months out in temperature and precipitation, and I'm going to show you just how easy it is to submit a viewer photo. That's all coming up.
All right, Alex, we'll see you then. Today at the Hilldale Common area, people came out in droves for menorah lighting. Starting at 4 p.m., the Shabbat of Madison led the group in songs, performances, and speeches. The event was even joined by Governor Tony Evers, who lit a candle on the menorah as well. Those in attendance say tonight's celebration signified solidarity for Madison's Jewish community.
Amazing, the entire community coming together to celebrate. We're not scared. We're not going to back down. We're proud of what the country we live in, the world we live in. We know that light ultimately is going to overcome the darkness, and that's the message of this holiday, and we're excited to be celebrating with everyone together.
Refreshments were provided as well at the event. Celebrate the holiday season with some vegan treats. The Madison Holiday Vegan Pop-Up today from 11 to 4 was not only for a way for locals to shop and buy vegan food to enjoy from vendors, but also acted as a fundraiser for multiple Southern Wisconsin animal initiatives. All in all, it's a great vegan community experience.
Just the community, the people that you meet, because you've got that commonality that they have, and the food is, I don't think I've run across anything yet I don't like. You know, and I was your typical meat and potatoes guy.
Some of the organizations that the money was raised for was the Wisconsin Farm Sanctuaries, Primate Inc., and Dane for Dogs. With the holidays just 2 weeks away, the Garver Feed Mill offered a great opportunity to either start or finish your shopping. At this year's Eastside Winter Market, with more than 40 vendors from around the Madison area, there was plenty of activities throughout the day for everyone to enjoy, and plenty of gift ideas to find for loved ones.
I think it's really important to be able to have people be able to shop locally and support local vendors, especially during the holiday times, but really year-round. And communication does a really great job of putting on events like this. So it's been great to meet people from the community and be able to help them find fun gifts for all their loved ones.
And running from 10 to 3, local musicians took to the stage all day long. This week, a bipartisan group of Wisconsin lawmakers introduced a series of bills that would make it easier for recipients of the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program to work and study in the state. The bills would allow DACA recipients to receive in-state tuition at universities, qualify for tax credits to offset some of the cost of renewing their DACA status, and eventually become eligible to apply for professional licenses for jobs ranging from teaching to real estate and nursing. Right now, Wisconsin doesn't allow DACA recipients to obtain professional licenses, which could eventually lead to future teachers and nurses to pursue careers elsewhere.
So everyone is just struggling to find the needing talent, and we have a whole group, thousands literally here. And if we could just unlock that potential, it would go a long way in easing the workforce issues we're having right now.
Morin estimates the change would directly benefit more than 6,000 DACA recipients who live in Wisconsin. And in the end, it would help develop, employ, and retain talent from Wisconsin to stay in state. The University of Pennsylvania has named a new interim leader for its board of trustees after the school's president and the chair of the board resigned yesterday. This follows widespread outrage over her testimony last week at an anti-Semitism hearing on Capitol Hill. CBS's Nicole Killian is outside the Penn campus with the very latest.
University of Pennsylvania President Liz McGill stepped down from her role Saturday, telling the school community in a short statement, "It has been my privilege to serve as president of this remarkable institution." But it made no reference to the firestorm surrounding her testimony last week to the House Education Committee about anti-Semitism on college campuses.
Does calling for the genocide of Jews violate Penn's rules or code of conduct? Yes or no?
If the speech turns into conduct, it can be harassment. Yes. It is a context-dependent decision, Congresswoman.
It's a context-dependent decision. That's your testimony today. Calling for the genocide of Jews is depending upon the context.
New York Congresswoman Elise Stefanik, who questioned McGill and the presidents of Harvard and MIT, posted, "One down, two to go. This forced resignation of the president of Penn is the bare minimum of what is required." The House panel has now opened an investigation with subpoena power into the universities.
This is not just confined to these campuses. We want to look at Columbia, Cornell, and many, many other institutions.
Students raised their voices.
McGill's resignation was welcomed by Pennsylvania's governor, who also sits on the school's board, while some students had mixed reactions.
President McGill didn't really seem to have a very strong grasp on the situation on the ground on campus.
There's a lot of tension on campus, and I really hope a lot of it starts to go down.
MIT's board says it still stands by its president. Meantime, hundreds of Harvard faculty members have signed on to a letter opposing the removal of President Claudine Gay, according to a source familiar with it. Nicole Gillian, CBS News, Philadelphia.
Aid organizations are warning half of Palestinians inside of Gaza are starving as Israel intensifies its bombing campaign inside the territory. Today, the IDF says it had struck hundreds of Hamas targets in southern Gaza. The World Health Organization calls Gaza's healthcare situation catastrophic. The head of UN's World Food Program warned half the population faces starvation. Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders echoing growing calls for Israel to minimize loss of civilian life inside the territory.
You can go to war against Hamas, but you cannot go to war against the Palestinian people.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken defended the move by the Biden administration to bypass Congress to sell nearly 14,000 rounds of tank ammunition to Israel while a foreign aid package is stalled. A new CBS poll shows most of Americans disapprove of President Biden's handling of the Israel-Hamas war, with few thinking his administration's actions are bringing things closer to a peaceful resolution. Meanwhile, today, President Biden announced that Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky will travel to the White House on Tuesday. It will be Zelensky's third visit to the Washington, D.C. since Russia's invasion of Ukraine nearly 2 years ago. His visit comes at a critical moment in congressional negotiations for emergency aid to Ukraine. Congress has yet to approve a new aid package. Some members want to tie in any new money for Ukraine and Israel to funding for border security. Meantime, Senate leaders also have invited Zelensky to speak to their members at the Senate meeting on Tuesday. Members of the Biden administration have warned about the potential consequences if Congress does not pass additional aid. And still ahead at 10, the search for survivors is continuing after parts of Tennessee are still reeling from yesterday's tornadoes. Plus, Alex is back with another check of your First One forecast and how your Monday commute is looking after the break.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Powerful storms killed at least 6 people and unleashed the terror in central Tennessee. Tonight, crews are still digging out from the rubble after an outbreak of tornadoes flipped trucks, flattened homes, and toppled power lines. Tens of thousands of people are still without power. Manuel Bojorquez is in Nashville, Tennessee with the latest.
There was little doubt as the intense storm blew through Middle Tennessee.
Oh my God!
That these incredibly large funnel clouds near the heart of Nashville,
oh my God,
would cause major damage.
I hope nobody was in those houses. Guys, it was really bad.
This is the rubble left in its wake. Devastating, deadly, and widespread.
This morning we have a lot of families who are suffering. It's going to take a lot of time, a lot of resources, and us coming together to get through this difficult time.
The damage is heaviest in Clarksville and in Hendersonville, where little is left of this antique mart. That's where Pam Miller and 5 customers, including Sheila Mays and Gwendolyn Murphy Gardner, rushed to the shelter below.
We got down to the basement just in time, within about less than 5 minutes. We shut the door and everything began to rip apart.
What was that like?
It was frightening.
Had you not gone down there, what do you think
we
would have
been,
happened?
oh, we've been under all this stuff.
You would
No
have been under
doubt.
all of this. Wow.
No doubt.
We made it! We made it! Hallelujah!
Tonight, those here are salvaging what they can, cleaning up, and taking stock.
Yeah, we need help. We need help. We made it.
How grateful are you right now that you and your customers were okay?
God was with us the whole time. No doubt in my mind.
Crews have been deployed to these hard-hit neighborhoods to try to restore power, but at last check, more than 20,000 customers were still without electricity, and temperatures are expected to dip below freezing overnight. Manuel Bojorquez, CBS News, Nashville.
Let's get a look at your first warned forecast now.
Yeah, Jalen, it's that weather system that brought us the rain showers yesterday morning, the few flurries, and all the clouds have just been hanging around. Pretty benign here, nothing like that again down in Tennessee. Just wanted to take a brief moment to show you these tornado tracks. They tend to form in a family, especially if these tornadoes are formed from a thunderstorm called the supercell, which is a rotating storm that can continuously produce tornadoes in these streaks that can go on for hours and hours on end. Have had experience with them here in Wisconsin. Worked out in Kansas for a number of years as well and have had experience with them out there. So our thoughts are with our friends down in Tennessee and in the South that have been experiencing the severe weather with that weather system that's still bringing those pesky clouds here to southern Wisconsin. Does look like we will get those clouds to break as we go on into your Monday, staying seasonably cool, kind of shockingly cool when we go from the 40s and 50s to the 30s. So enter the purple attire here for the temperature change. Then by the end of next week, we'll warm on up. Let's look at our temperatures. Let's look at the clouds here as we go into your Monday morning, starting off in the upper 20s to right around 30 as those clouds start to dissipate over portions of southwestern Wisconsin, spreading across the rest of the area as we go into your Monday afternoon. If the clouds hang on longer, these high temperatures will be a little bit cooler, but we're going from middle to upper 30s on your Monday before another bank of clouds sweeps in from the north and from the west as we go into your Monday night. But those clouds may help to hold the temperatures up a little bit on your Monday night. Starting off here on your Monday morning for that commute in the morning, you're probably not going to need the shades quite yet. Temperatures in the 20s. You'll need your hat and your mittens. If you got a cold car, give it a little extra start, right? And then as you go on here into the Monday morning hours as we head towards 12 o'clock, Cross Plains, Middleton, Verona, we see those skies clear. The sun hopefully will come out and temperatures go up to the, again, middle to upper 30s across Dane County before the clouds come back in during the evening hours. Temperature trends here. We've been showing this because of El Nino. It's really taking a hold here, and we see this in our temperature forecast. That normal line here, when the bars are above that normal line, that means temperatures are above normal, and we're going to see that here. And I had mentioned in first weather, we're going to go out 3 months here, folks. Let's first look at the next 6 to 10 days above normal temperatures, the next 8 to 14 days above normal temperatures, the month of December looking above normal according to our friends at the Climate Prediction Center, and December all the way through February staying above normal. What about precipitation? Below normal, 6 to 10 days, 8 to 14 days, nearing normal for December, but I think it'll likely be below normal, and below normal potential for the 3-month period going out December, January, and February, which is not out of the realm of possibility when you get into that El Nino pattern. Temperatures staying in the 30s, keeping sunny, weather systems at bay. Pretty quiet out there, folks. Hey, I said you could send those viewer photos. Here's how you do it. First Warn Weather app, go to the More button, click Submit. That's an easy way for us to get those weather photos here. Channel3000.com. You can also go to channel3000.com/weather, get your phone out, your tablet, your laptop, and then go to the weather page, scroll on down, and then click the Post Your Own button. That's a super easy way to get us those weather photos, and then we can show them right here in air, just like we're going to do right now here, folks. I think we got a couple of weather photos to show. There's one, Jackie from Oxford. Thanks, Dave, for sending us that weather photo there. And then we got a little squirrel friend there. Thanks, John, for sending us that. Esther from Belleville showing that little bit of dusting of snow that we had, and Barry sending us another fall-like photo there. Pretty nice to see those photos there, Jalen, when we've got folks able to submit their photos through channel3000.com/weather, the First Warn Weather app. It's super easy, and just in a couple weeks, we're approaching 350 photos just in a couple of weeks through these new ways that are a lot easier to submit.
Yeah, I would say my favorite of the ones that were just shown on the screen was the fuchsia-looking sky that we had. That was beautiful.
Yes, we've had amber and orange color skies, and it's always nice to be able to show the weather, as I always like to say.
For sure. Well, all right. Sounds good, Alex. Bells are ringing, carolers are singing, and many of our loved ones are cooking up a storm this holiday season. So why not secure a place in your favorite chef's heart and at their dinner table with tried, tested, and recommended kitchen gifts from the experts over at Consumer Reports.
When it comes to the perfect gift, Consumer Reports' Paul Hope says look no further than the kitchen. He's made a short list of gifts sure to sizzle this season.
The person on your list doesn't have to be a professional chef. A lot of these ideas are just designed to help make life in the kitchen easier or elevate your cooking game.
With the right chef's knife, your loved one can slice, dice, chop, and mince with just one tool. And in CR's test, this Henkel's Premio did just that, effortlessly. A wooden cutting board is perfect for large gatherings and cheese platters. For a splurge, this wooden cutting board performed well in CR's evaluations. Or consider cookware that can multitask and last a lifetime. A Dutch oven can bake, brown, and slow cook, and it's a great gift for someone with a new home or kitchen. This enameled cast iron one from Spice earned a top spot in CR's tests. If your foodie has a flair for fried foods, you can help them turn out healthier versions of favorites with an air fryer. This recommended chefman features a decent-sized basket with a viewing window so they can peek in on those goodies.
If you're shopping for someone who already has an air fryer, things like bakeware add-ons are great for an air fryer because they let you make things that you couldn't normally make in the regular basket.
This Crux mini loaf pan kit can turn their air fryer into a bread maker. Finally, if you need a last-minute stocking stuffer, consider some CR-tested kitchen staples. These Cuisinart mini oven mitts handled the heat in CR's testing labs, and this citrus juicer makes juicing lemons and limes a breeze. This is Teresa Hope.
CR also took a look at several other air fryer accessories, including a grill pan tray so you can grill whenever, pizza pans, and reusable air fryer liners, which can help make cleanup easy. Any or all three are sure to help add variety to your favorite chef's appliances. And still to come, the Badgers women sold out the Kohl Center for the first time in 2 decades today. We'll tell you why next in sports with Andrew.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Toyota Thon is on. Time to make the holidays picture perfect with a new Toyota. We're going to need a bigger tree.
Get 3.99% APR plus $1,000 cash back on Tacoma when you finance through Toyota Financial Services. Toyota, let's go places.
Get 4 Arby's Classic Roast Beef Sandwiches for just $10. That's 1 for now, 1 after that, 1 to celebrate the first 2, and 1 more because that's how many 4 is. Arby's, we have the meat.
Pick and Save gives you so many ways to save, on top of our lower-than-low prices. Enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Plus, our weekly sales will keep your budget merry and bright. So get rewarded and save. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Quartz takes a different approach to health insurance. We know every life well lived is a journey, and we're here to light the way at every step. That's why for 40 years, we've been alongside the doctors and hospitals who know what their communities need. Because they're a part of them. Because we're a part of them. There's a fire burning in all of us. Let's ignite it together. Quartz. Find your spark.
Welcome to the season of joyful anticipation, treasured moments, and warm laughter. This year, make it extra special with a gift that brings joy for a lifetime. Show your love by contributing to your child or grandchild's EdVest 529 College Savings Plan at edvest.com/gift. To learn more about Wisconsin's EdVest 529 College Savings Plan, its investment objectives, risks, and costs, read the plan description at edvest.com.
When the hands that do the fixing need fixing. When the hands that do the caring need caring. That's a job for O'Keeffe's Working Hands. It's America's #1 selling hand cream and guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands. Also available in O'Keeffe's for healthy feet.
After driving cattle in the 1880s, hitting the hay could be a literal experience. But some lucky cowpokes got to sack out in a brand new Sealy mattress. And after 140 years, Sealy is still delivering a great night's sleep. That's why Denver Mattress is proud to offer the Sealy Posturepedic Plus Hybrid. With cool-to-touch covers, body-hugging memory foams, and motion-reducing coils, you'll sleep cooler and more comfortably all night long. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Sealy.
Toyotathon is on. Make your holidays a little more magical with a new Toyota. Come in today.
Get $1,000 cash back on your favorite models when you finance through Toyota Financial Services. Toyota, let's go places.
Prior to today, the Kohl Center hadn't sold out for a women's basketball game since 2002, but that changed this afternoon when one of sports' biggest superstars, Caitlin Clark, and her Iowa Hawkeyes came to play a Badgers team that's been off to a great start this year, and they came out swinging. Swing pass comes Ronnie Porter's way. She would knife through the Hawks defense for the bucket. Wisconsin got out to a 4-0 lead. Porter finished with the team best 17, but here comes Clark, who just became the only man or woman in NCAA history to score 3,000 points, pick up 750 rebounds and assists in a career. Finishes the smooth lay. Iowa takes a 21-19 lead, but the Badgers weren't backing down. Porter feeds Sarah Williams on the low block, and how good has the Brooklyn native been? And one. She makes the free throw to put Bucky up 24-23, but ultimately Clark was too much to handle. She'd finish with 28 points and 9 rebounds as Iowa wins it 87-65, the final. And former Wisconsin men's hockey coach Tony Granato announced on X.com today that he's been diagnosed with a form of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma and will begin treatments next week. In the post, he said in part, quote, "My faith, family, and friends will be the strength to get me through these treatments. Tony is certainly in our hearts in this difficult time." After starting the year 2-5, the Packers rose from the dead, winning 3 straight games as an underdog, and suddenly their schedule lightens up from here on out. The Pack, who would be in the playoffs if the season ended today, play the Giants tomorrow before ending the season with the Buccaneers, Panthers, Vikings, and Bears. Pretty easy sledding, but for Jordan Love, he's not even entertaining the idea of things getting easier because he knows where this team was just a month ago.
Nah, we don't need a reminder at all. You know, we know exactly what position we're in. You know, every game is like a playoff game for us. You know, we know that mentality. We gotta win out. So this team doesn't need a reminder of that.
I mean, just understand what we did to get to this point. You know, we back at 6-6, and we didn't been what 3-6 or whatever it was. So yeah, like if we don't want to go back to where we was at, like we gotta get this win.
Headed to the golf links where Jerry Kelly and Steve Stricker competed for Team USA in the inaugural World Champions Cup. Each of the Wisconsin natives birdied 3 of their first 4 holes as Team USA narrowly won the event. Stricker, a former captain of the Ryder Cup, said afterwards, "I've honestly got to say this was probably the most fun I've had of all the teams I've been on." And Jalen, if it was warm enough here, I'd love to be golfing, but good for those guys. They just keep doing good things time in and time out.
Yeah, for sure. Good group of guys there. As for the Packers and their stretch as of late, they've been rolling. But the NFL, you just never know what team's going to show up on Sunday. Ideally, we want to say like it's easy, but Tommy DeVito has played well for New York. The Bears have shown some life fighting down the stretch. The Vikings are currently above 500. But, I mean, the Packers, along with those teams, they've also been rolling, like I mentioned.
You're totally right. And, you know, you want to avoid this being some sort of a trap game where, you know, you find yourself beating really good teams and, you know, you kind of feel like you're climbing into that upper echelon, and then you go play a weaker team like the Giants and find yourself losing. So kind of like they were saying, don't let that affect your mentality, and hopefully they can pull it out tomorrow.
But the way Jordan Love and the offense has looked, things are looking good.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right, well, sounds good. Thanks, Andrew. We'll be back with more after this.
Win a hand-paid jackpot at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Mercedes and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings going on now at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells.
It's time to light up the season during the Make the Holidays Bright sales event. Get our best offers and choose from a huge selection of Ford F-150 trucks with the capability, convenience, and technology to help bring us together. Wow. Discover how Ford F-150 can make the holidays bright. Choose FlexBuy on a new Ford F-150 and get 2.9% APR financing for 66 months plus $2,500 FlexBuy cash only at your local Ford dealer.
If you've ever grilled, you know you can count on propane to make everything great. But did you know propane also powers school buses that produce lower emissions that lead to higher test scores? Or that propane can cut your energy costs at home? It powers big jobs and small ones too. From hospitals to hospitality, people rely on propane, an energy source that's affordable, plentiful, and environmentally friendly for everyone. Get the facts at propane.com/now.
Fresh out of Papa Murphy's kitchen, our delicious pan pizza.
Actually, it's fresh out of my oven.
Dad, it's just an expression.
Thick, crispy, buttery pan pizza? Now that is an expression.
Get a large 2-topping pan pizza for $11.99.
It's the season of giving, and News 3 Now shows you how people and organizations throughout our community are helping those in need and making holiday wishes come true. Watch News 3 Now for these special stories during this season of giving. Brought to you by Don's Home Furniture.
Hey, it's me, your dry skin. I'm craving something we're missing. The ceramides in CeraVe. CeraVe with 3 essential ceramides helps restore my natural barrier so I can lock in moisture and we can feel it long after. CeraVe moisturizers.
Les Miserables, still the world's most popular musical. Experience the breathtaking production that leaves both audiences and critics awestruck. Les Miserables. February 14th through 18th at Overture Center. Tickets available at overture.org today.
Join the digital sales team at Phase 3 Digital and step into something big. We're not just hiring, we're building careers. If you're passionate about the digital world, apply today at channel3000.com and be part of something big.
Win a hand-paid jackpot at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Mercedes and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings going on now at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells.
Getting highly mobile kids on Santa's delivery list, Monday at 10.
So, Alex, this El Nino winter that you've been talking about the last couple days is still rolling. What can they expect at home?
Yeah, it's what we see in the 7 to 10 day forecast. Classic 30s, 40s, sunny skies, no snowstorms, no big storms. And this might be the mode that will carry us through Christmas, January, sometimes even into February. We can still get snow, we can still get cold, just not as much often.
As long as we get it on Christmas, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
But all right, sounds good. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We'll see you back here tomorrow. And thank you for making it a great evening.